fourth quarter. I thought we set the tone early defensively, but 17 points in the fourth, and big credit to the guys who started: Bub, Trey, Will Riley, JC, Marvin. They did a quick roll run, made some good defensive plays, and I thought that set the tone for the rest of the quarter. But that was the difference. We really guarded in the fourth.
As well as you defended in the fourth, the whole game long, your half-court offense was excellent. Maybe, probably at an elite level by any stretch.
Yeah.
Why was it so successful, and what did you see there?
I thought our ball movement, our ability to touch the paint, I think we have 60-something in the paint. Our ability to touch the paint either for layups or kick out for threes when the right play. We just made the right play over and over again to keep trusting each other. Our team's really growing offensively with our sharing and our spacing and our passing. But the key to this game tonight was finishing with a big fourth quarter defense.
Brian, they hit 12 threes in that first half, not necessarily a known three-point shooting team. And speaking with JJ at halftime, he wanted to see that defense improve. They only made 2 in the second half. What shifted with the defensive mindset, especially on the perimeter?
I thought we lost guys a little bit on some scramble possessions in the first half. They only took 12 also in the second half. I think that was a big key. We were able to get out, close to shooters, contest, but the volume was down also. So we made some little mistakes where we just lost a couple guys on some communication things or a loose ball or an offensive rebound, but we cleaned that all up in the second half.
They were also a heavy paint production team. You held them under their season average. Yep. A lot of it also seemed to be like it was Brandon Ingram in the mid-range and what he was able to do. What was it defensively that the guys were just able to, when things, to your point in the pregame, started scrambling, they were able to lock in and figure out what the solutions were?
I think we just can, that group who set the tone to start the fourth was huge, and then we made some substitutions. Guys came in, and they just continued to do what we were doing the whole quarter. And that's just focusing on what you can control, possession by possession, communication on defense, your physicality, and then we held them off the boards too. We were finishing possessions, and then that extended because those rebounds turned into some transition baskets or easy baskets in our secondary break. But it all started with the D in the fourth.
Coach, how are you guys able to hold Barnes in check tonight?
I think we did as a group. Try to show him body. He's obviously a super talented player. Just try to make his crowd. You don't stop those guys. You just try to make life as difficult as you can. And I think we tried to really be compact with our shell and take care of the paint. Obviously, that was evident with the numbers, but those guys are a load.
And obviously on offense, one of the best games of the season. Was that just guys finding good looks or just hitting their shots in general?
It's always a little mixture. Mostly I liked our process, regardless if we missed the shots or not. The process was right. We were sharing it. We were moving it. We were hitting the open man. Sometimes the shots go in. That's great. But the process is the most important thing for us. We were making the right play over and over again, just like making singles, making the simple play, making the right read. And when those shot goes in, we built our confidence.
Coach, games like this where you win in the trenches, where you win the rebounding battle and you win the points in the paint battle and you spread the wealth on offense, is this the type of win specifically that you want all your wins to be like because it starts in the paint?
We want to grow our team. We want to keep getting better. So these are the things that we've been focused on. We want to make a big point defensively, specifically taking care of the paint tonight. I thought we did that. Our passing, seeing the open man, hitting the roller or skipping to the weak side, that stuff is growing. So for us, it's always about the process. Those were going to lead to the wins, we believe. Tonight we trusted that. We trusted both ends on defensive side and the offensive side. That was the key.
Can you speak to Bub building this consistency? Because he struggled a little bit to start the season, and then he had one good game, and he's turned that into 5 or 6 really good games in a row.
Yeah, I thought he was a great spark in that fourth. He was out there with that group controlling the offense. He made a couple threes, but he also made some really good kickheads. You would probably remember the one where he threw to Kyshawn in transition. Just making real simple plays, being really efficient out there right now.
Hey, Coach. Bijan just mentioned Bub's comfort. I thought Bilal also seemed to be in a real groove tonight. What did you see differently about the way he approached this one?
I loved his activity to start the game, setting the tone defensive. We really started really well the first 5 or 6, 7 minutes of the game, and I thought it was him setting the tone, guarding their best player, which we want him to do. And then he found his rhythm attacking the rim and just making the simple play. When he gets on the rim like that and grabs offensive rebounds and things like that, that's the versatility that we've missed with him being in the lineup. I thought he was really terrific tonight, played a great all-around game.
Sure. And the lineup that you guys used to end the third and to start the fourth, Justin Champagnie was a pretty steady part of that. And as the season's gone on, the jumpers sort of come and went. But now that he shot a pretty quiet 2 for 2 from 3 today, how's it been as far as the lineup versatility goes to have a play finisher alongside those playmakers?
That's what he does. I mean, he shot really well last year. He's going to shoot well this year. Plus all the intangible things he does when the defense getting his hands on balls, and we all know about the cutting and the offensive rebound. The shot, we knew was coming.
Alex, 3 blocks. They shot 22 for 42 in the paint. What did you see as far as your ability to protect the rim?
That's what Alex is here for. That's the first thing, is the foundation of our defense is protect the rim. We obviously see the shot blocks, but it's also deterring shots. And I think we did a good job of that, and he's obviously the head of the snake of that for us. We're going to keep pushing him because I think he can be really special on that end. But we saw that examples tonight.
With Bub, it seems like we've seen more aggression with him taking the three-pointer, but it seemed like he was also more aggressive with the passes he was making tonight. What have you seen from his confidence as he's started to get more minutes and play well?
We want him to be aggressive. I think he's been doing this since he's got here. He organizes well. He pushes the pace well. Now he's coming off pick and roll, and they got to make a decision because of his ability to shoot. If they put 2 on the ball, he's making the right simple play. If not, he can pull up and hit that shot pretty well too. So I just want him to continue to be aggressive. Nothing different. Just continue to play the way he's doing all year and continue to grow.
Coach, going back to Bub, he's adjusting well to his role and mostly been a combo guard for the most time and been in the NBA. What could you say about CJ and how he feels that relationship helping him grow as that role?
I think we talked about this with CJ. He's just a great example, not just for Bub, for everybody, and how he trains, how he treats his body, how he prepares. This guy's been doing this a long time. Chris is obviously another example of that too. Those guys have a bunch of wisdom to pass along, and our guys are willing learners. But it's mostly by example. Those guys live that every day. That's the best thing about our 2 guys, our 2 veterans. There's the examples on how you want to take care of yourself and prepare to play this game, because the game's hard to play, and those guys have been doing it for a long time, and they're consistent because of their approach, their mindset.
You mentioned how you guys finished strong in the fourth quarter. How gratifying was that, considering how things went in Charlotte last time out?
Yeah, you always want to keep moving forward. You can always take examples of that. It was a close game going to the fourth, when obviously we didn't like how we finished that one. But we just played possession by possession tonight, and I think that was the key. We just focused on the things that we can control. It's not like we brought that up in the timeout or anything. It's like, what can we control here to the 9-minute time mark? And that was communication, getting stops, hitting the open man, and I thought that group really set the tone for the rest of the quarter. It was really impressive.
And you talked about Bilal getting to the rim. It seems like he's been very aggressive on offense since he came back. Have you guys kind of implored him to be more aggressive, or where do you think that's coming from?
I think it's just him getting his rhythm. He's been a little bit in and out. We want him to be aggressive. He is one of those guys who can put pressure on the rim, and we want him to do that because then he can make passes too. This is a continuation of some of the things he did last year, but obviously I thought he played a really good game tonight.
I think it was a team effort, like just sharing the ball, finding the guys in the right space and the right time. So, it just makes the game easier when we play like that.
You've obviously been in and out of the lineup a lot with injuries. How do you stay consistent and just stay on your feet when you're constantly in and out?
Just work out, go to the gym, do your things, act like you're not hurt. That's what I've been doing. So just the reps.
BK talked about your ability to put pressure on the rim. What allows you to put that pressure? Like when you're able to get past the initial layer of the defense, what is the thing that you feel like works best?
I just feel like I'm pretty athletic, so I get there and I just try to jump, or I can make the right play too. So it just comes easy.
Hi, Bilal. What kind of lift has Bub been giving you guys off the bench with his three-point shooting?
He's been great. He's been really effective, more confident. He comes out and takes whatever shot he got. So we are telling him to keep doing that because that's what we need. And you can tell the last few games he's been doing this at a great level, and it helps us. So he's doing a good job.
And how would you compare Alex's rim protection this year to last year? Now that he's been in the league a year and theoretically the game's slowing down.
Yeah, it's a lot different. I think last year he was. It's gonna sound bad, but he was a little bit scared to get dunked on and stuff like that. But now he's not even thinking about it. You know, he just goes out there and try to contest everything. So yeah, it's helping us a lot too.
Hey, Bilal, setting the tone, you mentioned that you like to sometimes set the tone and apply pressure. Do you think that's kind of contagious, like gives kind of your teammates more confidence after they see you be more aggressive off the basket?
Yeah. I don't think so. I'm sure. We talked about it with the guys. They are pushing me too before the games. They're like, yeah, put pressure, we will follow you. So yeah, I'm trying to do the right things for them to follow me.
Ouais, Bilal, félicitations. Il y a 2 ans, tu as eu ton Welcome to the NBA moment contre Ingram que tu as rejoué ce soir. Est-ce que tu as encore des mauvais souvenirs de ça et qu'est-ce que tu as appris depuis ce moment?
Ouais, j'ai toujours des mauvais souvenirs. Hein. Il a encore fait un bon match, honnêtement. C'est un des joueurs que je regarde le plus en NBA et j'aime vraiment jouer contre lui. Ouais, il est grand, il sait utiliser son corps et tout, donc franchement, il est plutôt dur à défendre, mais ça va, on a fait un bon job aujourd'hui sur lui, quand même, ça va.
Et pour parler, les 2 joueurs qui te font le plus de passes D cette saison, c'est Kyshawn et Alex. C'est peut-être pas un hasard. Est-ce que c'est le fait que vous soyez potes en dehors que vous construisez une meilleure entente sur le terrain? Est-ce que ça a un lien?
Je pense que ouais, il y a beaucoup de communication entre nous sur et en dehors du terrain, donc c'est sûr que ça aide. Donc ouais, je pense que c'est relié tout ça.
Hey, Bilal. Since you got back, what's the role that you've imagined for yourself specifically, and how have you gone about attacking that?
I mean, I talked with the coaches, and whatever they wanted, I was ready to do it. You know, they're telling me to bring the ball more. You know, bring it up a little bit more, and that's what I've been doing the past 2 games, and it's helping us, I think. So I keep doing it.
Have you felt like a growth in comfortability, trying more stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm getting way more confident. You know, with those on-ball reps. So yeah.
What could you say about the defensive intensity tonight, stopping Scotty Barnes, such an explosive player like him?
Yeah, at first it was pretty tough because he was getting the paint easy, getting those defensive rebounds and pushing the ball. At halftime, we talked about it. We were trying to figure that out, and we did a pretty good job in the second half. So yeah, we just had to be a little bit more physical and pack the paint, and that's what we did.
And season high for points for you tonight. What have you really felt out there? Like, how do you feel physically as far as going out there and being able to do your thing?
I feel pretty good. I know I got still a long way to go. I know I can feel it even better. So yeah, no, I feel really good. You know, coaches have been doing the right things for me too. Like the ball comes to me, I bring the ball up, I share with the guys. I'm able to show my playmaking ability. So yeah, I mean, I feel really confident right now.
Obviously, you want to be out there every game. How difficult has it been for you to stay positive with these unfortunate, unlucky injuries you've had?
Man, it was pretty tough, but we got a great organization, man. I'm really grateful for that because they've all been talking to me during those hard times, and yeah, it was really helpful for me.
Without all that support, how would you have gotten through this?
I mean, I'm a grown man, so I had to, you know. So yeah, it's part of the game. It's part of the job, you know. You get hurt, everybody gets hurt, so just gotta go through it.
One of them. I think we played really well in Indiana. I think our defense was better in Indiana, but we did lock in the fourth quarter. Allowed 17 points. That was the big positive of the night.
The numbers also show that your team was excellent with its half-court offense. Mm-hmm. What was clicking so well there?
I think you try to make the simple play. We knew they're going to be in the gaps early. It's Toronto. They thrive off turnovers. Just make sure we make the right play every time, simple, and keep the ball moving.
Kyshawn, you talked about before how you always just kind of want to do the right thing, whether it's shooting a lot or passing in any given game. Was tonight one of the games where the right thing was to shoot a lot, since obviously you scored 23 points?
I mean, I didn't force up many shots, I felt. Took advantage of the matchups in the low post. Hit my open corner threes. But I think the mindset was to come out aggressive and kind of like lead my team bounce back for that game in Charlotte. I think that's positive for our team, yes.
And obviously, Coulibaly had one of his best games of the season. How do you think he's been able to just, stay engaged and, obviously being He was in and out of the lineup a lot, but how has he been able to just stay engaged and be that productive?
I mean, it was in a tough spot with a couple of injuries started the season, but it was really great to have him back. And I always knew he was capable of doing what he did today, and he's capable of more. But it's just great to have him back, and it shows that he stayed consistent with his work, his mindset. He just came back ready to play.
Key, when you look at a game like tonight from a defensive standpoint, and then the Indiana game that you mentioned, a lot of what BK talks about is stacking days. How do you take what you guys were successful with tonight defensively and stack it to try to build upon this rather than having kind of those back steps that you sometimes have taken this season?
I think we gotta realize that the game is not gonna be perfect all the time, but the goal is to on to the next action and knowing that we have a job to do every time, every second we're on the court, and just making sure that our mentality is, okay, what's my next job? And we're trying to do it to the best of our capabilities.
Do you feel as a team you guys are getting the time between those lapses, or a team making a run where earlier in their season it might be extended? Do you feel like those frames are getting shorter and shorter for you all in how you're responding in the way that you guys want to?
Yeah, I think we're getting better at it. There's still a lot of work to do. And I think our focus is more shift to the simpler stuff, really making the right pass, being in the right spots, crashing the offensive boards, really the stuff that we could really control. And by doing that, contributes to winning and coming back, and just having like a guideline of simple stuff that everybody could do just for us to follow.
Hey, Kyshawn. By my count, 5 former first-round picks on the Wizards tonight had double-digit scoring and a pretty convincing win. Are there any times like this where you, get excited about the vision really coming together and finally putting results together after a year and a half of this?
It feels great to win, number one. It feels great to see that the work we put in is showing. We have still ways to go, but to have that result of the work that you've been putting in for time, it's just always like satisfying.
Kyshawn, with Bub shooting so well from outside, how much does that open up the offense when teams have to respect his shot and close out?
I mean, he was doing it last year. He's doing it even better this year. He's just playing his game, plain and simple. And he's smart enough to make the right read every time down the floor. And I think we trust him to do that. And that's what he's doing right now. And if he's open, he might as well shoot. I mean, not might as well. He better shoot it, actually.
These games where you're healthy, Bilal, Alex, the three of you, how much more staunch does your defense feel on the perimeter that you can have the three of you play in at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, we have to, anchor our defense. We have steps to make there, but we really take pride in defending. And it helps to have Alex, protecting out the win, Bilal, and he's just hounding the best player. And then the group that started the fourth quarter did a really good job. Like I mentioned, scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. Just in general, really team effort defensively, so it feels good.
You talked about wanting to bounce back from Charlotte. It was a tough game for the team. It was a tough game for you personally. After games like that, is it something that you really want to try and bounce back from that game in particular?
Yes, 100%. And more so making sure that it doesn't happen again.
Kyshawn, piggybacking off what Coach Keefe said on stacking in days, your draft class teammate, Bub, has been stacking in days, going around, being a little more consistent. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, him just growing these last couple games.
I mean, yeah, he stick to it. We all know, we're not going to have a linear progression. He wasn't necessarily shooting the ball as he wanted to at the beginning of the season, but he stick with it. He's in the gym working every day. He trusts his work, and there's no reason why he should second-guess himself. And I think he's going out there and playing with a lot of confidence, as he should be, and just, playing with a free mind.
Ouais, Kyshawn, félicitations. La dernière fois, on a parlé de ton lien avec le Canada. Est-ce que tu as une motivation supplémentaire quand tu joues les Raptors ou pas forcément?
Un petit peu, ouais. Un petit peu. J'avais fait un beau workout avec eux à mon pre-draft. C'était bien passé, j'avais une chance peut-être, mais ouais, je connais une personne sur le staff et c'est cool de jouer contre eux.
Ok. Et je crois que tu es le joueur qui fait le plus de passes à Bilal, et je crois que ça marche aussi dans l'autre sens avec Alex, pareil. Est-ce que le fait d'avoir une relation entre vous en dehors des cours, ça aide à construire votre alchimie sur le cours ou pas?
Je pense un peu, oui. On se cherche toujours un peu, on parle en français sur le terrain. Après, c'est avec moi, avec Alex, on a beaucoup de pick and roll, d'actions, on peut vraiment se trouver. Aujourd'hui en transition. Et c'est vrai que si moi je peux les aider à bien jouer, je vais le faire.